Apparently, we need to go back to what real Dutch person is. And we are the fakes.
Jeez, that's a good way
I
to
don't know
put
if
it.
y'all saw that.
Yeah, mevrouw de Vos.
Mevrouw de Vos.
The Os.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't know that was a new party. Like a relatively new party that she comes from.
I mean, okay, let me give the background for the people them. You're more up to date with the news, Haiti. I'm just here.
Last weekend there was I guess I don't know what you call it in Parliament here in the Netherlands in The Hague. I don't know if you call it a debate. You would call it
a meeting, a gathering. Yeah.
But it was one of those where everybody on Parliament could ask one specific person questions.
Yes.
And they kept drilling her about trying to clarify what she'd been saying, that like the Holland needs to go back to what a real Dutch person is.
Yeah.
And it was like trying to get her. I watched the whole thing. Like every person that gets up there keep asking her, explain yourself. And she just giving very politically correct answers. Like,
yeah.
This is not part of why. This is not why I'm standing here today. Why y'all asking me?
Exactly.
At a certain point, she answered. And she was like, the fact that a real Dutch person is white, if you go back to what I was, is just a fact. And so that's what I mean. Other than that, I don't know what y'all want from me.
Yeah.
And she was just essentially trying to say that. And then everybody was trying to explain that, like, if you look at, legally, a Dutch person is what you have on your passport. And that's where the debate kind of just took fire and it blew up in the Netherlands.
But the funny thing is with that, I don't know, guys. I have a Dutch passport, but I don't consider myself a Dutch person. So, like, I don't really care about her, but I do understand how she could say things that are very problematic, especially for people who were born and raised here, who have a Dutch passport, who are now considered fake Dutchies. Yeah. I think for us in the islands, that's exactly why I want to have this conversation, because I also want to understand how y'all feel, because we said this before, I've never felt Dutch, but I do feel like I'm a part of the Dutch kingdom, which is why I do feel like I should be a citizen in this country that's respected the same as the Dutch people. But then that contradicts itself.
It does. And so, what's going on, guys?
What going on?
It's me, Hedy Leone.
And it's your girl, Jojo Renee, and you are tuned into episode 79 of the Body Butter Podcast. And we got Saba on the couch.
It always feels unique.
Oh, we got our first complete Saba. Tori, we love you. But that was half. We have our first.
Oh, no, that was not.
Well, no, this is the first Saba.
From the soil?
I forget his
from
name.
the soil?
Oh, no, he was St. Martin. He was from St. Martin, but he lives Saba now.
Wait, no, Vieira from Saba.
Oh, shoot, Vieira from Saba.
Vieira is
he the first. He's fully Saba?
Well, fully Saba, man. Wait.
But his cousin, one of my friends told me that was his cousin, and my friend from St. Martin.
Yeah, but Vieira, let us know, 'cause I know you're watching this.
Yeah.
You fully Saba, and if
lake.
you are...
You're a lake?
But everybody migrate.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, but also both your parents...
So my her mother is from Saba, and her father is Puerto Rican, Portuguese.
Okay.
But my father, everything
fully
from Saba.
Yeah, we know your father fully Saba. But guys, we have Jade Every. Oh, I'm giving your govy name.
Not the last name.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, she's here to chop it up with us because there's a lot of interesting topics. Of course, we starting out with a Dutch or not Dutch. But also, just a little preview, she's headed home just now. So we gonna get into that. But before we get into that, y'all know what I'm about to say. And I hope y'all looking at the button to make sure you please subscribe. And please check the button if you subscribe, because you could see the word sub and you could scan it and think it's scribe, but it's not subscribed. So double check that, because honestly, guys, it does help us a lot. Yes, we may show up on your feed even if you're not subscribed, but there's more updates that comes to you. There's more live engagement that you're able to access if you subscribe, and it helps us, guys. Like, y'all probably think we out here making dough and doing big things. We doing big things, but help us make more dough to do bigger things.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, please.
It's a form of support, and I guess
really
people need to understand that, like, if you subscribe, the more you subscribe, the more we're going to be showing on people's screens, the more that we could do for y'all to be here. Yeah. Because we can't be here if you don't subscribe.
But imagine, this is the support. That's it. So come on, but we appreciate y'all.
No, we're gonna wait for him to do it.
Yeah.
That should be it.
Yeah. But anyway, so
You don't feel like you're part of you being a Dutch person.
Yeah, I feel the same. Because to me, honestly, we are like miles away from the Netherlands. So how can I be like, okay, yeah, I'm a Dutch person, but yeah, I'm Dutch, but yeah, my passport is Dutch, but in the reality, we are from the Caribbean. If somebody asks me where I'm from, I say the Caribbean. If somebody asks me what my nationality is, I am Caribbean, even though I am Dutch, because that's what we grew into.
yeah, which
As
is
we
so
grow up.
confusing because it's like I am Dutch, but I am Caribbean. My forefront is Caribbean, but my passport is Dutch.
Yeah.
Which I thank God for because that passport is strong. But other than that, it's not only we miles away qua ocean, we miles away qua culture.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
yeah, but that's what makes it difficult. However, there's nuance to what she says because how we feel is very different to, like I say, how the people who were born here have a different background, but feel like they should be seen as Dutch too.
Yeah.
Because I fully get that. You were born into the country, you've contributed to the country from your birth.
Yeah.
Therefore, you should have the same respect that somebody who's fair skin, blue eyes, blonde hair has.
Yeah.
But I think for us, and I think that's important too, because with the Dutch Caribbean islands, it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
However, it's still a conversation. But how do you feel?
I feel like it's a bit, at the end of the day, she had said this. She was like, if you ask somebody, like one of us, if we Dutch, we're going to say no. So at the end of the day, why are we here discussing this? Because if we ourselves don't feel Dutch, why
Yeah.
are we here in Parliament trying to make them feel like they are? And that's why I could agree with her, because I swear to God, for the rest of my life, this accent thing going nowhere.
Nowhere.
I can always be a St. Martina, so I agree with her. Why
You
I think
always
she
bring seasoning in your bag.
always. There'll never be clumps on my feet.
Aye.
Clumps, right? You know
Clumps?
some clogs.
Clogs. Oh, the clogs. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's how they
though.
just look.
Yeah.
Like a clump on your foot. But I think the problem is, and I think that's linked to the conversation we was having with Junie,
Yeah.
is that what does culture look like now is not that anymore. And so you have
Exactly.
to adapt and you can't go backwards. I think
No.
that's the issue, essentially, with what she's saying to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if we think about it, y'all chose to come pick us up in Africa.
That part.
Y'all chose to go to Indonesia.
That part.
Y'all went South Africa and call yourself South Africa.
That part.
And then it's just like, but no, you still want to go back to wherever that is.
Yeah.
And that's not a representation of like what migration and all of that look like nowadays.
Exactly.
I think that's the issue.
But I also think I feel like a lot of countries, especially downplay migration because they focus on like, say what they see as the negatives, whereas migration has contributed to the development of a lot of countries, especially the Western countries. Because as you say, y'all brought us here to build your country. And I think where a lot of people feel it is that idea that you brought us here, we've contributed to building your country, but you still don't give us that same respect.
And also, they always want to come to the Caribbean and they want to live in the Caribbean and then they want to say, oh, yeah, I've been in the Caribbean for 10 years. I am now saving. But in the
That's another
you know,
conversation.
That's
when
a
you think
whole-
about
yeah.
it, how you going to flip that on somebody else and be like,
Exactly.
okay, yeah, my child. So now a Dutch person, they have a child and now from Saba. And now they're like, oh yeah, my child is saving.
Yeah.
But if somebody does the same thing, but you know they're from Curaçao and they had a child here and now
You would still consider them like Curaçaoian.
Well, Dutch. Well, you know.
But you know what the thing
where they're
is?
born,
I was having this conversation with my uncle Monday that like apparently to the statistics, on paper, only 1.5 million people in this country is not considered Dutch.
Out of the 17.
So me and my aunt was like, that don't sound right. So then, cause we was like, I feel like there's 1.5 Turkish people here alone.
At least.
But then, even according to this statistic, they're talking about the people that are not born here. So then, I mean, according to you technically, you could be Nigerian, born here, but you see them
as not
as
Dutch.
as Dutch because
as
you
Dutch.
born here.
Yeah.
So even in, I don't know what you would call it, where they would put these things, even if you were born here, you consider Dutch because you were born here.
Yeah.
So I would want her to kind of elaborate on what, and of course she don't represent Parliament,
No.
but she represents how a lot of Dutch people think. Because if you look at the
Yes.
comments in these TikToks, they're like,
Yes.
I agree with the men,
Yes.
mevrouw Vos. So I'm just like, so even the ones that born here, they only know Holland. They could tell you all the streets in Den Haag, Rotterdam, Amsterdam,
Probably
because
more
I
than
could only
her.
tell you how the buildings look.
That part.
They don't consider them Dutch, and that's, even though I think on paper you'd still do. So then it's really just of how Dutch people look.
But that's
at
always
us.
been a thing. And I think it's
Yeah.
going to continue to be a thing because Dutch people not only with regards to their entitlement being based off of how they view themselves, is also they're very exclusive in that. If I look at when I went to school, I went to an international school, and you had I had a Brazilian, a Martina, and like a bunch of other nationalities, but they were born in the Netherlands. And they're studying, but you still feel that separation from the Dutch. The Dutch would go in their corner and they would be like, this is our group. This is our community or whatever. Whereas, of course, all the internationals would mingle with each other. And I think it's a case of, for them, they don't see Dutch as a passport or a legal thing. They see it as a aesthetic. They see it as a, are you white? Are you blonde? Not even blonde, because some of them brunette. But do you fit into this mold that we only consider Dutch? Whereas they don't realize that mold has expanded when they chose to go over the ocean and bring us here. And I think that's the thing that they need to kind of take into account. Your culture, not much of it was there, has expanded. And I think understanding that allows them to see Dutch not just as white. And that's where we have an issue, because you have so many British colonies, you have so many French colonies, and everybody's aware that French is not just white, British is not just white, except for the French and the British. No, but you see, that's the thing. Except for the seed of the thing itself. And I think that's the issue, where it's like, y'all are the ones who created this environment. Y'all are the ones who encouraged this environment. However, you did it selfishly, and now you can't go beyond, let's say, the symptoms of what came from that. And I think that's where the issue is. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad that they don't see me as Dutch. I'll be very honest. I don't care. Like, I will sit here and be like, I am not Dutch. However, I do think it's a conversation that's deeper, because I am me and our situation is exclusive. But it's very destructive to people here. Because you want to feel like you are a part of a country. You want that sovereignty. You want to know that this is also your country. And I can't imagine feeling like a country is not your country.
But also, sorry, you talk.
Yeah, but the thing is also, like, they want us to feel at home here, but then just the other day somebody said, that the Caribbean islands are not even worth €1, or like they have different things that they say, like the racist stuff that has happened. Or like just coming to the country and how you feel when you're living here is not like feeling included. So then when how can we feel like, okay, we're also Dutch, but then you treat us as second-class citizens. You don't treat us the same as Dutch people, so how can we also be called Dutch? So that's another factor too, because
and that's even, I think that's even applicable for the ones that born here. Which is what you was essentially saying. That like even the ones born here. Because I was thinking what you just said, like us looking at British cultures, like when I think of like London, I think of all the cultures, you know what I mean?
That part.
But I wonder if like I think people that live in there, they experience the racism. So it's like that's not their like real life experience. But I think everybody looking at like British people, they'll be like, they have all the cultures there. They France too. But
and they do experience it less. Because I wouldn't say they experience it less. From people I've spoken to who are in the British community and who are Black or even Caribbean, I think what they have, which is beautiful, is that there's a huge community of like Caribbean and African. So it's very melting pot. However, the whites are also very mixed into that. And I think for them, or at least from the conversations we've had, because I've compared how it is in the Netherlands compared to there, they don't get, I feel, as much. I don't want to compare it because it could just be the people I speak to, but who I've spoken to.
It just depends on like where you are.
Yeah, in which part of
I also
the
think
UK.
a generational thing. Because I think it could have gotten better now. I think even looking at Dutch kids now, like they integrate a bit more now. But if you talk to people that in the late 30s, 40s in the UK, like they experience some serious racism. So it could also be that. But I still think what you're saying is valid though. You see way more like white British kids hanging around
You do.
the other cultures versus
here. Very separated. Like, cool, you have a sprinkle of them, but even in my area, it's full of like, you have the Moroccans, the Turks, you have a little bit of like Caribbean kids or just Black kids, and you see them together, but you don't really see the white people with them. Every time I'm biking, the white girls with the white girls, and it's very different because, like I say, in the UK, I've been to France, but when I was a kid, but I haven't seen how it is there, but in the UK, I see the mix of it.
France too. France is
Yeah.
also like that, where they integrate a bit more than here. And I think essentially that's why I feel like here is probably like the worst out of the three. Spain. I don't know.
It's interesting because I could also say, like, okay, despite that, I think it might just be a culture thing in general around Dutch, because I would say that even, let's say, for instance, you do have the Black Dutch community.
Yeah.
If you speak English, you also outside of that community.
Yeah.
You don't blend into that community very easily. It's a language
barrier.
But there's also that, because I don't always feel like I belong. What you were saying, like even in Black Dutch spaces, I'd just be like, this is not for me.
I 100% understand.
Like, you know, and there's ultimately a culture thing.
100%.
You know, because it's like they still, for some reason, I guess, if you grow up here, are going to take away that Dutch culture type level thing.
Yeah, I even had a friend who Black, born here, and I could tell the differences, as in the way in which they move. There was very Dutch tendencies. Where it's like, you think, okay, yeah, you know, Black people in the Netherlands, there's that level of like familiarity and the level of like culture relatability, but you don't also realize that for them, they grow up in a completely different culture. So of course they're more influenced by that. But then it goes back to Mevrouw de Vos, where it's like, we could even see this as people who coming from the Caribbean, that especially the Black Dutch borns are quite Dutch in terms of they have adopted the culture because that is their culture. And of course they have the influence of like their achtergrond, their background, but it doesn't make them less Dutch. So that is like ultimately, the
even
like
some of my students,
tell them.
No, I was gonna say my favorite student, but I was, she know who she be. But like, I don't know why, but she have such a high like level of vocabulary when it comes to Dutch, and then she just come to me and use these words and be like, I don't know what I mean. She's like, you don't know what I mean? I'd be like, no, explain me, teach me. And then it's just like, that even goes to showing what she 14, 15. I think she's gonna be amazing in the future. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's to show you how much, and language is a big part of identity and culture, that like they done already, you know, involved in that. I was curious with like y'all, what you were saying earlier of like, when they come to live by us, we also don't ever consider them like from the islands, and we also don't consider ourselves like, we gonna never consider ourselves Dutch. But at what level? Because I have some people on St. Martin, and that's a big debate of like, the longer you live in a country, we do start to see them as like St. Martiners.
But you still know that they're not from there.
To me, I feel like they're more just a part of the community. Because you know, Saba is only 2,200 now. But you just become a part of the community, and everybody is just contributing into the community. So I feel like it should also be the same with here. Not necessarily you're not Dutch because you're not born here, you didn't grow up here, you didn't, you know?
But you're still a part of... At the end of the day,
you're a part of the community, you're contributing to the country, therefore you're a part of the community. Not necessarily that you are a part of that nationality or identity.
Yeah. Because if you look at my parents, they've lived in Saba for, my mother 34 years, and I think my father a little longer. But we see them as part of we see them, my parents. The community sees them as part of the community, but they wouldn't see them as Saban because they know that they're not. My mother also knows I'm Surinamese. My father knows I'm Aleutian. But even in Saba, we have little community gatherings for the various communities. The St. Lucian people have their gatherings. The St. Vincent people have their gatherings. The Jamaicans have their gatherings. The Colombians have their gatherings. However, we even attend their gatherings because we are all part of one community. And that's the difference. Whereas like, even if say a bunch of Dutch people would come to the island and say they want to have they now gathering with Cas, Bola and all that stuff, they could probably do that and we would probably still attend because that's the environment you kind of have. I also feel like that's a very Caribbean coded environment because we're very community based. Whereas here, where now you have the individualistic coded environment or more so the exclusive coded environment, you don't get that. So it's a thing of like, it goes back to the conversation again where it's like, yes, you could stand up there and say, yeah, you have a Dutch passport, but you're not Dutch. But then it is a case of seeing it as, cool, you could say that, but we're still part of the community. Because we come here, we study, some of us stay here, some of us contribute to the economy, some of us contribute to spaces for people who are also from the islands who are contributing, blah, blah, blah. So it's all a cycle, but it's just, you don't get acknowledged in that.
Yeah.
So that's where it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, you know, in the Caribbean, we just celebrate everybody, especially on Saba, you know? We have, like, an event where we celebrate all cultures. And here they don't. Everybody's, like, they want you to be exclusive to your own. Everything is separate.
We even celebrate Diwali.
Diwali.
Yeah.
Like,
it's interesting.
even Ramadan we do too, like for all the religions, the cultures, we celebrate everybody because that's who makes up our community. And here they don't see that like that. Everybody's like, oh, I am my own community or my family is my own community. But at the end of the day, it's about who's contributing to your country as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know though. Because like, all of us in this room, like y'all, you feel like you say one, you feel like you say one. I feel like I say Martina, y'all feel like y'all say Martina. I feel like at the same time, like what happened with like colonization is because we had to like take in all the different, disperse, take in the different cultures, that we do have this level of accepting people and being like, you say Martina, you say, but even though like your roots or whatever might not be that, and a lot of people do get offended when you say you're not from there. Even if you have, like, I don't know, a Guyanese parent and, like, somewhere else. Because it's, like, for you, same thing. Like, the Dutch people, black Dutch people born here, that's all you know sometimes. And also sometimes people, even if they live in there, like, your parents for 30, 40 years, like, that's also their home now. So it's, like, they also consider that part of the culture, their identity.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes it get a bit sticky.
Because if you look at it, my mother lived most of her life in Saba.
Yeah.
So it really informs who you become. So that's where it's more so legal status versus cultural identity.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably the main thing with the Caribbean and the difference between the Caribbean and the West.
Yeah.
Caribbean and those type of communities are community focused.
Exactly.
So I think it is also like, exactly, you have a lot of people that come into the Caribbean who live there for their whole lives, but you consider them from that place because they contribute to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And the community. But in here, it's different. It's a lot more like very much status based.
100%.
And about your passport.
Well, yeah.
Because it also kind of makes me wonder, like, okay, we're having this conversation from a Caribbean lens. My question is, what about like the Europeans, for instance, that are
we should get a Dutch person on the couch.
White Europeans that are living in the Netherlands that are not Dutch.
Oh,
like that bit of.
I don't think it's that different.
It's not different because it's very hard for them to integrate as well.
Yeah.
Same,
it's a cultural thing. While in those places, maybe that is indeed. Like in the UK, for instance, the community is so strong because people were literally sent there to build
100%.
the place. But maybe that's the attitude towards how the Dutch probably approached their community.
I don't think it's different. I think the difference is just ultimately race, where it's like they could see someone for face value and think not be threatened by a Polish man that's standing there.
Exactly.
But then when they actually talk and realize, no, but then when they actually realize that
they're Polish,
that's where the walls go up and it's like, oh, you're other. And
so
that's
you were
where,
white, and I thought you were one of us. But
you're not.
Yeah.
And even the Ukrainians.
We should get an Italian and a Dutch person, or like a Polish person and a Dutch person.
Because I always say like Eastern Europeans and the Caribbean people are very similar. And I think that's why they also tend to get along. Yeah, I say they're similar because they come from traditional backgrounds and they're also other. They're not
Facts.
Yeah.
It's just that on the forefront, if they shut them out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, I don't know if you say this, but ultimately, like, Caribbean culture is just a mix of cultures, whereas here, Dutch cultures with Dutch culture in their head.
Exactly.
So it's like that going to affect how they see you at the end of the day.
Because there's a set box.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't fit this, that's it. In the but that's why it's so beautiful. Like, there's so much. There's no box. The box exploded.
The box was just,
grow,
it exploded.
Move. Whereas here, it's a very rigid, like, clear-cut box.
Yeah.
And for them, it's like, oh, you don't fit into it. Oh, you don't fit into it.
Yeah.
And for us, there's nothing to fit into.
No.
And that's the difference. But yeah, I'm okay with not fitting into their box fully.
Too.
I too big.
Facts.
Yeah,
Last time me and Kristen went,
Yeah.
and it was a 7-course Caribbean-inspired fine dining experience.
This is our fine dining part of Modern Comfort, and it is our intention to put Caribbean cuisine in another jacket, because there's so many influences around the world, but because of our history, our food and our cultural food is based on what was available. And what would our food look like if we could now combine it with different ingredients from around the world and be inspired?
And we thought you were at 3 courses, 4 courses.
Yeah.
My girl come out with 7 courses. We have to go through the course. The first one was a croquette. Then we had like a shrimp lobster salad. We had the pumpkin ginger I think soup.
Yes.
Amazing. We had the jerk chicken tacos. And then you would think now is the main course.
Yeah.
So now we had the oxtail, mac and cheese, and maybe a coleslaw. I'm not sure.
Bye. I had such bad FOMO. But I was out of the country. Yeah. But still.
And then you're like, okay, dessert.
Yeah.
My girl come up with fish and fungi
Oh.
as a next course.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like,
What going
can't
on?
do it anymore. I said, okay. I'm going to come with dessert. And then she made creme brulee.
Yeah,
With,
that
like,
creme brulee was banging.
Amazing. With
And of course, in between, you had 3 cocktails.
oh, yeah.
Plenty of cocktails. And that last cocktail.
Crazy.
And then we ended with some lemongrass bush tea.
Yes.
That's crazy.
If y'all want to
Yeah.
experience that, make sure you go and book that.
Please
and
do.
go for the 27th of June.
This time I could try not to miss it because
I think the solution is what Junie was saying ultimately. That is like, we need to redefine what Dutch culture is, because the fact, back to what we were saying, you could get Capsalon and consider that. Like, I don't know, when we just come here, like, I had see that as Dutch culture. The fact that you could go get a
Same.
Capsalon for back then,
Yup.
€4.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
Inflation.
Or then you could get nasi and bami or whatever. I think they need to realize that has become Dutch culture, because y'all Dutch people also be like,
Literally.
no, but that's all they
fully.
eat too.
That's all they eat.
Exactly.
So they just need to understand that. I just think, yeah.
Because sometimes you're like, wait, what is Dutch food? You'd be like, yeah, lumpias. I was like,
Watch Trukipan take over.
And the fact that they put the bami in a schijf and fry it, like come on,
Yeah,
where y'all
man.
get that from?
Thank you. It's fine.
Anyway.
And how they speak to, like, sometimes I hear some of them say, hold it. I say, excuse you.
Yeah. But they like
Hold
to
it.
say also,
Yeah, also.
which is Surinamese. So it's like they've been colonizing everything, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm okay with not being Dutch. Like that's the conclusion for me.
I for sure was never,
yeah,
Yeah.
because I wasn't born here.
We just got a passport. We got our privilege. Thank y'all for doing your thing. But for the rest, you don't got to claim us. That's okay.
That's the one thing that we benefit from when it comes to,
What? Our passport's strong.
the after effects of.
Oh no, I was seeing your face.
No, because just how you said, like, that we owe, yeah, like, well, thank you, because we benefit. I'm like, that's benefit. Like, after everything else.
No, I think the Dutch should definitely.
It's just allowed because we help build their country and their wealth.
Exactly. And I think there's a lot they should acknowledge with regards to that. Just like what Kelt was saying, it's like you chose to essentially take us. So it's that case of you also have to understand the responsibility that comes with. That I wholeheartedly stand by. But I think me as a citizen, as like a person in society, if a Dutch person passes me and they don't acknowledge me as like a Dutch person, I'm okay with that.
You have to like.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. You're right. You're so right.
Shit.
And in my head, like, whenever they'd be like, go back, I'd be like, if y'all going buy everybody a ticket,
yeah, cool.
make sure everybody got a house to live in back where you took from us from, I'd go now.
Yeah.
Like, I'd go pack and I'd go. But,
Denmark or one of them Scandinavian countries had offered that as a go back thing for people that wanted to go back that they would pay.
Wow. They taking it. They said go back to your home.
but then also make sure get me a house there.
Yeah. Don't just drop me.
Because you can't just drop me and I have nowhere to live.
It was a set of money that was a sum of money that was given.
Okay, like a reparations type thing.
Okay.
Yes.
But returnations. But anyways,
Miss Jade, you're leaving us?
Yes.
But how long?
before you leave us,
Yeah.
before you leave us,
Yeah.
our random question.
Oh, okay.
I really want to hear yours. I look forward to your random questions now.
Why?
I don't know, they're so interesting because they're so random.
Oh my god, let me switch on the sugar.
The chicken one was wild.
Okay, but that was just really wild. But this one I saw on TikTok though. Because sometimes I just hear questions and I'd be like, that's a good question. If you lost your memory, who would you trust to tell you who you are?
My sister. Hands down.
Me too, my brother.
Yeah.
Like without hesitation.
But she gonna be a twat. She gonna throw in stupid things. But that's why I would like her to tell me.
For
She would
sure.
probably tell me like I was the governor of Saba for a week.
She would.
So-
She really would.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say my best friend because me and her, I don't know, we just talk every single day and it's not like we feel like like a day would go by and then I'll be like, oh my God, I did not message her. Something is
Yeah.
missing. You know?
Yeah. Like, are you locked?
Yeah. So she know everything that has happened in my day.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel
Plus,
she'll be the right one.
I could look back at a pod.
But I don't feel like, you know, the thing is with my brother too, like he could tell me from 0 to now.
100%.
Like even before pod, how I was as a child,
But does
all
he
those
also
things.
have this? Because my sister has this. They remember things that you don't remember.
For sure.
And then they just unlock
because they
in
was
folders in your
older,
brain.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He know everything. I
It's
feel like, how you
crazy.
remember this?
How?
I don't
You even
know.
remember the color shirt I was wearing? It don't make
I don't,
sense.
my brother is a man, so I don't think he's
Yeah,
remember those days.
I understand. Okay,
Sorry. Oh my god.
mine is a wonder. I ain't gonna lie, I was having a conversation with Elisha and J1. We was playing this game, guys. They ain't sponsor us or anything, but there's this game called More or Less. Really cool game. We going to play it. And you essentially, for example, they would say a statement like Shakespeare invented 12,000 words, more or less. So did he actually invented more. He invented 1,700.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he invented
He invented a lot of
zany,
words.
belly, some very what do you call that? Like mundane words.
He invented Billy?
I think so. Amazing.
He invented amazing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, man.
I mean, now we have words evolve because we got what clock it, which is a phrase, but these are things that have now evolved. Like even high key, but even resilience. You know, resilience wasn't used for people. It was more so used for like structures. So if you had like a bridge, they would say, "Oh, this has high resilience." But then over time, they applied it to people.
I see a TikTok about this recently where they literally was talking about words that stem from something and now we use it for other things. And then they was a little frustrated with it. And I was just like,
Because
that's language though.
Yeah, if you gotta look up the etymology of words. I like to do that, where you just look at where it comes from, and then you could kind of see the journey of a word. But back to my question.
Yes.
So we were sitting playing this game, and they had a question about ants, and we was talking about the hacks we used to use to not let ants get to our food. So I don't know if you did this. You would have a bowl with water, you put the cup in the middle, and you put a cake on top of the cup. So then you know them. But them ants get strong because they swam. They made a bridge to the cup, and then Tom would go over the bridge, and then everybody followed.
That's
but anyways,
some Squid Game shit.
right?
Like, who gonna sacrifice themselves?
Like the first one to jump in the water, it's like, wow, you go. But anyways, we were saying how you always look at ants and you think they work so hard. And we was wondering, like, if they look at us and think, look at these people. They just here, breathing, ain't doing shit. We here busting our asses, carrying like 50,000 times our weight. And y'all just here complaining about, like, passports.
Yeah.
What if like they just like have nervous energy because of how huge everything is around them?
Oh.
But I want to know what the question is.
Essentially, what do you think ants look up at us and think? Like, what do you think goes on in their brain if they have one? When they see us,
That's how I just think of the Oreo.
high key.
Like my cat. Like, what are you
she
thinking
thinks she
of
owns
me?
you. Cats think they're
You
the
think
owners
so?
of. No, psychologically, they actually they did tests, and cats actually think they own you, which is very cat coded, Haiti.
Wow.
That's when they sit on you, they claiming you.
This is mine.
Yeah,
You
fact.
think it's all lovey dovey.
No. I know that. I know, but I think it's that thing of like, you know how animals feel like they men, so they need to like have possession.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But I didn't think they genuinely take, you know.
I didn't think so either because they don't feed me. Like,
You
if-
asking me for the food.
Ah,
But
I
maybe
kill
they're
y'all
thinking,
later.
meow, give me my food, bitch. Like,
Servant.
But yeah, so kind of similar like that, where it's like, it mainly came from the fact that we look at ants and we constantly say like they're so hardworking.
yeah.
Like that's what we think about them. So it makes me wonder like, what do they think about us?
I know. I think they think
Cause
we
they so
God.
They got too
working.
much on their plate.
No, they think we God.
Too much on their
You think
They
the ants
think,
we
yes.
God?
Because imagine we here chilling and a piece of bread just
I hear it.
drop in the
I
middle of
hear
the
it.
room.
Yep.
And it's like,
God?
food. Yeah, like God is bringing me my food, literally.
Nah.
I think that's what they think.
I hear it. And even with the bowl of water, they checking like God just trying to challenge me.
Yeah.
God is trying to make me become a better aunt.
Yes.
Well, God gives the hardest battles to
To
the
the strongest
strongest soldiers.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what they're
Yes.
thinking.
Okay.
And they're like,
Yeah.
wow, like a whole door that could open with food in it.
Crazy.
It's a little cold in here.
I am dead.
And like next week it gonna have this, and next week it have that.
The
They
menu
see us as
changing.
God.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
hear
good
it.
one.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I
Yeah.
like that one. Okay, cool. Well, now we know what the aunt's thinking.
But I see a TikTok video where I don't know if it was real, because nowadays it could be AI.
Yeah.
But they put on cement where they had it was a huge ant colony under the ground.
And you see the little crevices.
No, but they dig it out and they pull it out. And when I tell you that was huge, like huge. Like I think it was as big as this room, just of pipes and like
Crazy.
made out of the cement. Like how much did us be digging?
But they innovative.
So that's the thing with like the best builders in the world,
Are
the most
ants?
impressive builders are like are termites, because the type of buildings that they build in comparison to, or the type of
Structures.
that they build are in scale to them like multiple times the Empire State Building.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's,
But what else is crazy? You moving back home.
yeah.
Praise
How you
God.
feeling? How you feeling?
Every day I'm happier and happier. You know, I've had enough.
Yeah. Okay, so but walk us through your journey. So I guess everybody kind of does that, because in Saba, once we done school, we here.
Yeah.
You came straight. What was that like for you? Because we moved here 11 years ago.
13 almost.
Yeah. Use a little for one digit. But yeah, what was it like for you?
So yeah, when I first left, you know, Saba's small, and we're teenagers. We're like, oh, finally, you know,
Yeah, we
freedom.
Yeah.
So then we came, and then all of us came together with Turangulu.
Who?
Turangulu.
That's like S4. Turangulu? Like
with
triangle.
With a group.
They call Turangulu.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I never heard about this.
Me either.
Yeah. So it was Saba, Stacia, and Bonia.
Got you.
So but the Saba people, you know, we stick together. And as soon as we reached there, everybody was just like, "Oh my God, we have money and we're free." So you know, we was just going out crazy, spending money on everything, traveling. Because then we didn't have no free travel. I don't know why we didn't just wait till we had free travel.
Oh,
But you know, we was just
excitement.
loose. We was just loose in the streets. And then after 3 months, I was like, "Hold up." Then things get serious. then you know. Then I start, the first day of school also. When I first had my first interview with them, I asked her, I was like, oh, you know, because Breda is a bit far from everything.
Yeah.
How is it with the internationals? And she was like, it's so very international.
Okay.
When I walk into that school, and I see not one black person, thousands of only white people. And I said, hold up. And I walk back outside. I call my friend, and she said, girl, this is your journey. You gotta go inside. I said, okay. So I went back inside, and then I look around, and finally I see one black person.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, some Ukraine guy. He was like, oh, he saw that we were only black people. So then he kept bringing us other black people. And then from then, I said, wow. But to this day, we never seen this guy again. So he was like, wow. And ever since then, we was locked in. So, I have my crew. But then school started. And oh, God, stress.
I literally pictured him going to bed.
Yes. And the funny thing is, so me and the first black person I saw, so that's my best friend now. So when I first see him, we see each other and we just hug. And he was like, I was scared, and there wasn't going to be nobody else. I said, me too. then like 3 minutes later, the Ukrainian guy bring us another one. That was my other friend.
But it's how you say it. Then he go look in the crowd and he's like, oh, you're black.
He was like, I have some friends I want you to meet. Then that was my other friend. His name is Yanchi from Aruba. And then that whole day we were just together. And then from then we all created our bond. And then as the days went by, two more black people came. And then they were from Curaçao that also joined that group.
Okay.
And then one from Zambia came. And then a girl, she's Dutch, but she's Somali.
Okay.
So we just call her Somali, So then she and our group.
That's a low-key high nice name now.
Somali.
Yeah.
We had a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl in Saba named Somalia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, so then school start.
Oh, gosh.
And, So Saba, you know, we have 45 minutes of class, and my attention span was already on the limits. And then here is we in the class for 3 hours, and we only get a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, I don't know if I can do this. And then the teacher told me that, we must teach ourselves and then come to the class and then ask questions. I said, Mavrel,
So before the class, you need to have a class.
How can I teach myself if I don't know what the hell I doing?
Exactly. Exactly.
It just didn't make no sense to me. So my first year was terrible, failing everything.
Wait, what you study?
So I studied environmental science.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So,
Failing everything in environmental science. Continue.
Yes. And my other friends was also failing because we was all depressed too, you know.
Yeah.
So they want to explain nothing?
So no, they explain us in class, but it's just not in a way. Like, I'm a hands-on person.
Yeah.
And also, they lie about that too. They tell me that it was going to be very hands-on.
Yeah, they lie.
That's how I
Your hands
learned.
on the pen.
So, you know, CXC, we do SBAs. And then in my class, also in science class, we only have 4 students. So we were just running wild, burning salts. And then, you know, in the certain colors.
You gotta sit down a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
No, Jade, I think you actually have a good profession in comedy. Like, I think environmental science is great.
Sorry.
But
Burning salts.
You know, 'cause it was only a little bit of us in the class, so we had more.
Yeah.
And like we were learning about lightning. My teacher, he was
but
like,
you burn salt?
So different salts, when you burn it, it turns different colors. So that's how you have fireworks. So we had different salts, and then we would just burn it to see what color it was.
I saw you running around like that.
I should explain a little bit more.
No, that's good. Continue.
Yeah, you know, and then like if we want to learn about lightning, like our teacher, he took us with a bus. We went by Wells Bay, and then he was like, because it was a rainy day, and he was showing us like, okay, this is what happens, and everything was just hands on. So that's what I'm used to learning.
Yeah, for sure.
So then not learning like that, and then having to teach myself also, I was like, okay.
Yeah, this is
hard.
College
and
is
also
not
to study, like you only have, so every class, every week we have 1 class, and then it's 3 hours, and then you have an exam. And I was like, hold up. And then we have four exams that we have to study, and all of those is a lot of information. Just imagine 4 different types of math, just advanced. And you're like, okay, I can only focus on 1.
But I need to focus on 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, my first year, me and my friends, we call ourselves the redo masters. Because, we was failing everything, and we was at the redos.
Yeah.
So then I kind of messed up my year because I had a whole bunch of redos, and I had to start my second year then with redos.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of pressure.
It was just a lot going on.
No.
And then, so, finally I made it. So, you know, I'm done. Almost done.
In conclusion, she graduated, guys.
I'm almost done.
Oh, you still didn't... But you passed and everything, right?
Yeah, so I decided to do my minor first, and then now I did my internship in Saba, and now I do my graduation internship, and then in July I finish.
Okay,
that's right there.
That's tomorrow.
That's literally
in my head, I done.
But for you, okay, so like especially coming from Saba, we had our fair share of like WTFs when we came here. For you, knowing the kids now, knowing your experience now, what would you tell kids to like be aware of when coming here?
Boy, just the fact that even though you're 16, you're not an adult. Like, I don't know, just...
Oh, you came at 16?
Yes.
Jeez.
Wow. Yes. And in my head, I don't know, you just don't realize that now you are alone, and you have to, you go from being in a community mindset to having to be more individual. Yeah. And that's why I feel like you need to really be like,
aware of that.
And also to, self-worth, making sure that you are healthy, eating right. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who go, you know? You sound like such
an environmental scientist. No, but it is facts though. And I think we had similar experiences.
I think learn to cook.
Yeah, learn to cook, guys. Please learn to cook, because over here it ain't that bad. They have a lot of restaurants.
No, but I hear of students that come in just on taste bizarre, and it's just
expensive.
Like learn to cook,
please. But also, we in Saba, we know how it is when you only get fresh stuff on Wednesday. Yeah. Here you got fresh stuff every day. So that was a big thing for me. I was going crazy with my diet in a good way because I had so much access to it coming from a place where I don't feel like we have much access. Because we get the leftovers of the stuff y'all get. So that shit brews the next day. Thursday, she done. You gotta wait till next week, Wednesday. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But we did have a similar experience. At least I know when I came up here, you got money now. You're off the island. You're checking like, yeah, I could do everything. I buy my sister a closet.
Yes.
You do it everything.
Yeah.
Money management is also really important.
That is
Because
a big thing.
when we first came, it's freedom, and you're like, oh god, there's so much
Bust
things
the
we can do.
chains. Yeah.
And I think if we were at that moment, we're like, okay, I have this amount of money, and I need to rely
Spread it out.
Yeah,
Let me see.
then
Yeah.
it'll be more better also. So
Yeah, it's facts. And then for you, when you came, did you know you was gonna go back home so quick? Cause you did the 4 years you done.
Cause the thing is, in my head, I feel like I knew I was going to go home, but I was wanting to see what Netherlands had going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, after the first 3 months, and I was like, I saw how the structure is, and just everybody is in a rush. Everything is about time. It's not about quality of life. Like in the Caribbean, we wake up and one day, like me and my family would just be like, okay, we want to go swimming after work or something.
Yeah.
Or like we want to go play football after work. You can just do it. And here it's be like everything needs to just be planned, and it's not about just enjoying your life.
Spontaneous. It's
And
facts.
that's not for me.
Here's about survival. I think back home
Yes,
is
survival.
living. Like
Yes.
the reason we exist is why I just feel
Even
good
World
back
Cup.
home.
Yes.
You know how much fun. Sorry, no, I got through this in. We're gonna talk about it though. But you know how much fun it was when FIFA going on. You come after school, you meet your parents up by the restaurant that's showing the World Cup, and you just living life.
We used to go boardwalk. I used to go boardwalk to watch it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is very different. Even the whole swimming thing. Like sometimes you just hear it, or you come home and your parents are like, "Hey, you want to go swimming?" And you just light up as
That
a kid.
day is
It's
amazing.
crazy, and then the nap after that is insane. It's insane. So I do understand that, but okay. Now on the side of maybe like going home, do you have any fears of going home? Like you've been here for 4 years. I ain't gonna lie, that's still a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Do you feel nervous about anything?
Well, not really. Because, I'm a person about positivity and manifestation. So I feel like if I entertain worries and bad thoughts, that's going to come.
They gonna come you.
But of course you get scared about not having a job, or not having housing or stuff like that. But to me, we're a community. And
Plus, I feel Saba need environmental scientists. We have
ones.
Exactly. That's it.
And we also have the Conservation Foundation.
Yeah.
But
I think your line of education is very useful for the island. So it does make a lot of sense. Let me put 3 positive, 3 negatives. What's 3 things you liked about the Netherlands, and what's 3 not so nice things?
Remind me, I had a question.
Yeah, because I saw you go.
Okay, so I like how
Start with a negative.
no, I like fresh food. That's nice.
Okay.
And also you have a lot of things to do. Like you can
Facts.
do escape room, stuff like that.
Escape the country.
Also,
Yeah.
like everything is very cheap here too, compared to say
What?
like food.
If you was here years ago, you wouldn't have been saying that. Well, compared to Saba,
compared
yeah.
to Saba,
Compared
food,
to Saba, yeah.
food is cheaper. Also for traveling, it's cheaper too.
Yeah.
And so those things is positive.
But you don't think as well that I could pay half the price to go to London than you pay for a round trip from Saba to St. Martin, which is 12 minutes?
Crimes.
Guys, and I calling out with now, is $309 for a round trip.
And then they try to
To
be funny
fly.
about Saba and station people don't want to pay nothing.
You fly in 12 minutes, guys.
Excuse you. I pay.
Economy of scales, guys.
No, but also
Nah.
they have the monopoly. Nobody else could touch on Sabre. KLM can't touch Sabre for sure. So it's like they just take advantage of that. But my thing is, I would pay like what, 160. I could pay 88 euros.
But
for the
also,
train.
you could just drive to London if you really wanted to. So
You
that's
could
why
swim
it's
to
like
Sabre.
But you know what's crazy?
Okay.
not that dolphins.
Yeah.
But I mean, like ultimately up here, you could drive it anywhere. So it's like
Yeah.
people like talk to people like at work. The amount of people that just drive it for the vacation.
It's
So it's like
facts.
at the end of the day, you can't be charging people if you want them to buy your tickets.
Yeah, because then they're gonna just drive.
They're gonna literally just drive
Yeah,
it.
maybe we should like create something where you could like
A bridge?
get easier to see.
But I like the boat. The boat ain't bad. It's
The
just
boat
if the
ain't
weather
bad.
bad, then it's bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But okay, and then now negatives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So where can I start? I don't know, just the system. Yeah, the system, and also like how people, the individualistic of it also. Yeah, the system. It's really hard to put everything together. 'Cause I think everything stems from it being the system. That everything is just a
understand.
structure,
It trickles down.
and it just trickles down. So
Yeah.
that people's attitude also then comes from the system.
Yep.
And everything is too fast paced, and it's not about quality of life.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody's really
it's
present.
Those are the negatives for me. It's just not for me.
That was graceful though, in a sense, where it's like,
You would add to that.
But you had a question.
Well, wait. Okay. I was like, I have things to add, but
You do?
yeah. So like, okay, positives. Like you don't have extra positives. I do feel like I get to meet people from different cultures.
100%.
That's a positive. What else?
I love the nature. As in, I love nature at home. But here I get a different nature. And it's weird.
I get what you mean.
But it's funny because the nature is organized. I don't know if people know this, but the Netherlands plant their own trees strategically. They will plant all their trees in a line. They're very anal. And as much as that is anal, I think it's beautiful in some areas, especially like by me and stuff, how you have a nice little, what is that? A river or a lake? A lake. Lakes are...
The one around the boat?
Yeah, by the roundabout. That's a lake? It ain't a
That's
canal.
a Lego. Not a Lego. It's a lake and a river.
A
Lego.
Or a lake.
But it's a lake.
Yeah. So I would say I could appreciate the nature and the mix of it with the modernity of Rotterdam because we get bombed and shit. It looks cool because it's so contrasted in a sense, but it just makes sense.
The architecture, the nature.
Yeah.
I think it's also just the size of the tree sometimes. It's just like,
yeah, right? They're
like,
big.
it's really nice to sit in that. But I do love, like, nothing is compared to my yard in St. Martin.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, sitting on a mango tree at the same time.
Yeah, but even if about sitting on your porch and you're just looking at the big ass mountain.
And there's a quietness sometimes, and you're hearing the birds chirp and the
For
chickens.
Me,
like,
for me, in the night also, like,
Because your spot is nice too.
Yeah, it's silence. And then, at home, we hearing the little frogs.
Yeah.
Everything you hear.
The crickets. I love that as well.
It's facts.
But it's just a different type of nature that I also can appreciate.
Because the audible nature ain't there. As in, like, you don't really hear.
They don't got animals neither.
Nah, they got geese.
No.
They got swans.
What?
But
you got bison?
They brought it here.
I mean, we don't hear them. I never hear.
They are immigrants.
Are they Dutch?
But like you don't have the geese, but they don't even make noise like that.
You ever try walk close to a goose?
I would never. They gangsters. You'd never walk close to a goose.
They are gangsters for real.
But yeah.
But anyway, negatives. I feel like everything you just say. I feel like the people could be very bad vibes.
Yeah.
No manners.
No. The weather.
The weather.
You can't forget the weather.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, the weather.
Just as you see the system, but that could be so many different things. Whether it's the tax system, whether it's just like, but the different type of tax, so like garbage tax, the water tax, your actual tax on your salary, sewage tax. Remember they used to have dog tax? They take it away.
When you pay 150.
They have dog tax.
They used to have dog tax because dogs pooping on the road.
Oh, but now they just got clean it up.
Yeah, but I think they take away the dog tax now.
I also like how clean the country is. As in, at least in my areas. But I find the Netherlands very clean. Like, especially if I go London or France. The Netherlands is very clean compared to
Love the trains too.
The bathrooms in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Depends.
Airports bathrooms are by far the best bathrooms to ever.
What bathrooms y'all just be going to?
I ain't gonna lie, they have decent
They have the bathrooms closed. They ain't got no slit. Like you go to New York, you go to London, you go down.
And they don't stink that bad. Some.
A bathroom stuff.
I think because I am germaphobe, I see everything.
Yeah.
These bathrooms are nasty.
But for me, it's compared to like
in the like unless you can go into a hotel or a restaurant bathroom, I feel like or McDonald's. Like McDonald's bathrooms top tier. But like outside of that, like public bathrooms and restrooms up here are disgusting.
No, but for me, I don't really use public. Like I only could attest to Schiphol. And I do find with Schiphol bathrooms. But one thing I can tell you, every time I go to one, a cleaner in there already. So I feel like I have a good experience.
But that's the one thing we have here, that you have to pay to go use the bathroom because these people in the bathrooms.
You don't have to pay to use Schiphol bathrooms.
No, but I mean up here in general, there is a kind of a standard to keep the bathrooms clean because 100%. You have the person that's standing there to clean it.
100%.
But at the same time, I feel like the bathrooms are disgusting, even Schiphol.
Also, why you need to pay to pee?
Yes.
It's a necessity.
And you could go outside and stick your pee-pee in some little plastic thing in the road, which is crazy. But for us, we got to pay.
Facts.
Sorry. They charge you to pee in something that's like just outside.
In the club.
Oh.
Yep,
Yeah.
you just have to do that.
Yeah.
We
that's
recently
crazy.
went out where they just use the Sharpie. Remember? She used the Sharpie too.
Oh,
To say we could- she just tried draw a check on our wrist. So you could come back all night with this. And
That
we
was
literally had
crazy,
Sharpies on the table.
Hey, it was a bingo. That was crazy. But you had a question.
Okay, I was going to ask because, like, you don't hear much people from our island studying, like, environmental sciences. So it's, like, especially with the conversation of, like, people feeling like their diploma is not, they're not going to be paid or seen as, like, being valued as much as up here. How you feel about that going back home? Like, what you think... I don't think it matters how people perceive you, but at the same time, like, how do you think the island will, like, actually utilize you in that way?
But
What if you think about that?
Yeah. So in the Caribbean, I don't think people are educated in those type of things of why this is important and why this is important for all certain ways, and why when you do something, you also need to take this into account, especially because we're an island. You really need to look at the soil. You need to look how everything is affected, because at the end of the day, it's a whole ecosystem and it's not just one thing. So I think that for me, because of my study, I chose my study because I used to do junior rangers, and then then is when we learn about the environment. And
Is that like Sea Scouts?
Yeah, Sea Scouts.
Oh.
Yeah. And then from then I was like, okay, I want to do something with the environment. And then, so to me, I feel like, it is applicable in Saba. They just need to understand why.
And understand the value. But so you feel like your intention, especially going home, is to let them know, like, guys, we need to act on these things and we need to kind of acknowledge that this is part of our community.
Yeah.
Anybody watching from Gov, like, you just heard her. I think that's a big thing, because it's also going back to what Kelt said, where a lot of people, of course, we don't study these things, but you also just neglect it on a general because you feel like, okay, cool, go water your plants, you're good. But there's deeper things that go into it. And I think it's good for the islands to understand that, because then maybe they could understand that there needs to be an allocation of funds for also the environment of the island, and also studying where things could not be doing okay, but you just don't see it on the surface.
Because I was one... I was going to think, like, was one... Because I always think, like, okay, but what's one thing, like, that's, like, if you look at, like, a timeline, that's, like, the islands could be doing right now that could benefit them, if you have to think about that.
Well, I think it's really hard because, all of us are different. But I think in Saba too, we don't have a lot of research. And in all of our islands, we don't have a lot of research. So I think if we start there, because, in my study, we do everything is about evidence-based solutions.
Yeah.
So in order to fix a problem, you need to understand why certain things are happening. And you need to then, once you find out what the problem is, then you can come up with the different solutions.
Yeah.
And because we don't have the data, we don't have the research, we don't have the evidence, how can we fix these certain things? And that's why I find also in the islands, we also do only short-term fixes. We're we put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah,
fill 10 years later, something happens, you know? Yeah. So they're not really thinking on the long term, and they're not thinking on long term because they don't have the research showing this is what's causing our problem.
I get that.
On Saba, we also do have, like, environmental stuff, too, but they're very specific looking at certain things with the ocean and stuff like that. But it's also, now it's a research company that owns it, too. So there's idea has shifted a bit too.
Yeah.
So I think the focuses that we have on Saba is different when it comes to environment. Also.
Just a random question, also putting you a bit on the spot. Like, if you was to research something or like really address something in Saba, like what would it be? 'Cause I know you did your internship there. Yeah. So I don't know if you like gathered any understanding of certain things that we experiencing.
To me, food is an issue. Like, I really do think that, I don't know if you guys have seen our hydroponic farm. I think
What's a hydroponic farm?
So it's a farm in which you plant plants in water. So so water.
Got you.
So, and the way that, I think, of course, is a great idea and how we did it. But to me, the amount of concrete that was there, and like, so they leveled out the whole area and then they concrete everything. Yeah. And then they then they have the hydroponic farms. But to me, I feel like you're only thinking about that certain project in that time frame. Yeah. You're not thinking about, okay, how can we make sure that we make this farm in a way that it will help us to produce a lot of food for this amount of years, or like this amount of people.
Make it sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that there's a bunch of sustainable decisions when it comes to food production.
It's just like, little project, boom, boom, we did it. Let's keep it moving.
And also how you're planting the food is also important too. So
I think that's a really good start.
That everything you just say. Because the scraps of St. Martin is wild.
Exact. Because food has been a big issue for Saba. I said this on many episodes. It's like, one, we import so much, so one, prices are high, but two, nutrition is quite low. So it is that case of like, okay, I think this is a great place to focus. And like I said, Gov, if are you watching, like,
well, I do
you
my
have a whole
traineeship,
asset.
But I have my second interview this week, but it's
okay.
Yes. So
Well, this was a good interview too.
Yes. So I'm going to do a traineeship with the RCN, but in Saba. So I told them I want to do something with food resilience. So hopefully they do something. I also did a project on the side of my study. With Saba Bonaire and Stacia.
Okay.
And the thing is, Stacia, they're doing really good when it comes to food. Like, to me, they could feed everybody. So to me, and also we don't work with each other. Like Stacia, one of the farmers, he was like, that he has enough cucumbers that he feels like he can also share to Saba too. So he don't really understand why we don't work together, why we need to get it from America if we
like
get
they
across
right there.
the road, you know?
We could see them. We could wave.
30 minutes, not even 30 minutes, like.
Yeah, less.
But like, you know, like,
It's like 24
really
or something.
So I think, that is one focus because, environmental also, in my study, we also do health.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's hand in hand.
I love that.
I like that too.
But, oh wait, before we continue, because we was going to talk about the FIFA, but we need to talk about 2 World Cuppers that's sitting on this couch. Just real quick for y'all. This has already passed. So unfortunately, but if it hasn't passed, if we decide to post it, because that's what we decided to do, so I take it back. We are actually going to be playing soccer. Because we're speaking to Caribbean people, I would have said football, and they're like, what? We're playing soccer on Saturday. June the 6th, and we repping Saba. This is exciting. Jade and I brought a team together because we said, you know what? When they have all these events, when all the Dutch islands are involved, Saba's nowhere to be found. But we're going to be found. And we gonna win.
And we be mighty. We will be mighty.
Yeah, we
may
will
not win, but we will be mighty.
Yeah.
Guys, if you didn't just miss out, we came in second place. We didn't win, but we did go to Colombia, beat our asses. But I don't think that counts because that's not Dutch Caribbean. So we win for the what I did.
You know, for Saba, we don't really get to be seen around here. Like if you ask anybody here, they don't know about Saba. They do now.
Like, honestly, we are very excited for it. So if y'all want to pull up, show up. It's from 12 to 6 at Prinseland 991 in Rotterdam. And honestly, it's going to be a vibe. Everybody's playing from the different islands. Saba, Stacia, Bonaire, Aruba, Curaçao. I ain't going to lie, I feel like Curaçao.
St.
Martin. Sorry, it's because I said Curaçao. I was going to come to y'all. Don't worry.
Okay. You have St. Martin.
No, but also big up St. Martin because we had some help from St. Martiners because we didn't have enough Saba people, but it's okay. But anyways, I'm a bit nervous for Curaçao because they're in the FIFA, so I feel like they're going to come heavy, but we mighty.
But the funny thing is, too, like, Jody told me about this, I said, I thought it was going to be we go in a park. Everybody would just get a ball, make teams.
Yeah.
When they messaged in the group chat about you get a warm meal, a snack, and a water.
There'll be water, there's an opening.
And the timetable is going to be this, and they're going to tell us the timetable, and then our scores are going to be online. I said, hold up.
It's a legit
We
game.
are the World Cup. This is the World Cup. This is the World Cup.
Nah, it's high key. It's crazy.
Yes,
and we didn't know what we signed up for because Jade messaged me personally. She was like, this is serious. But we still gonna give it
Y'all got this. Y'all should pull up and support. I gonna be there in the stand.
Yeah, people, come out.
Yeah, please. We know one of y'all coming out with a big flag because that's geregeld. But anyways.
That's good.
Yeah, now we can get into it. I think we should do a game.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
okay.
Just a quick check.
She was like time. She was telling us time. But I guess this is a good thing quickly into the FIFA World Cup that's coming up.
The FIFA? FIFA. Yeah, no. I just harassed
how many soccer players y'all could name? And that is the game, honestly. Because I
Jude
see
Bellingham.
Okay.
Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Van Dijk. Depay. What's his name? Ting Van Dijk. Depay. It's Depay.
Memphis Depay.
Memphis Depay.
That's not Dutch word.
But he's Ghanaian. Memphis Depay. Mbappe.
I guess I pronounce it Dutch.
Maybe. Dembele.
Okay. Saka.
Saka.
We could all add now. Because we're
Yeah.
trying to, as a
I
collective.
ain't really a names person. I know them by face.
I hear it. Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
Weghorst.
Yeah, you know a
Dumfries.
lot.
Yeah.
Well,
don't play with
Pele.
you.
It's Pele.
Oh, Pele.
Pele.
He's an OG.
He's
I
an
ain't gonna lie,
OG.
I actually follow. Who? Ronaldinho.
Neymar,
Okay,
you said Neymar?
No.
You ain't say
Neymar.
Neymar. For real. How much we on now?
11 or 12.
I feel like it's 12. It's 12.
It's 12. Let me see who else.
Is David Beckham a footballer?
Nice.
Yes, David Beckham.
He don't play.
David
he's not a
Beckham.
skateboarder.
No. David Beckham. You talking about Tony
Oh, Tony
Hawk.
Hawk. Sorry.
Okay, David Beckham. That's another one.
There's more, man.
We
Hold
could
on.
name any of the
I
ones
said
from
Dumfries.
Curaçao.
That's the,
You did not
I
say
feel very-
Dumfries.
Okay, Dumfries.
We need to go look for the ones from Curaçao.
I can't name one from Curaçao. Dumfries
I
is
know
from
them by
Curaçao.
face. One
but-
got blue hair. He lit. One always have the speaker. Lit.
Kudos. Sorry.
Okay.
One
Yeah.
have a speaker,
He always with the speaker.
Oh, him.
Yes.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
but we on.
You said like Van Cruijff. What was it?
Oh, Johan van
Oh,
Cruijff.
wait, I know
Cruijff.
one from Curaçao. Sancha?
Sancho.
Yes.
Okay.
For true, people in the
Wait.
comments, if you playing along, play
something
along.
with a B. Brunard? Some with a B.
I
From
don't
Curaçao
know.
also.
There's one my sister like who always fight him.
From Curaçao? Or just in general?
No, he played for NL, but I don't know if he from he not. What's another one?
I used to know more names
Oh,
back then.
Saka.
I say Saka.
Oh,
You had know anybody from Arsenal other than Saka?
nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro.
Lamal. Liam Lamal.
You
the
know a
youngest
lot.
One to score. Yeah, I actually do follow football a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. We went to a game in Feyenoord yesterday.
Oh.
The Netherlands played their friendly, but we went to a game in Feyenoord, guys. That was so lit. That's how I saw Raheem Sterling. But I knew Raheem Sterling because of UK media, the YouTube I watched. They love football.
The first name you say, I had no clue. Also, there's somebody with Davis. Like Davis. Davies, but a Dutch word. Because my students always
Yes.
just say, oh, like the football player.
And at least 4 of them is the Dutch FIFA team. That's why I know. Because when it's World Cup, guys, I know everything
We're
about
going to know the
football.
names.
What?
For sure.
And Kudus is from the Ghanaian team, but he plays for Ajax. I
What's
don't
the
know if he still
Moroccan
plays.
one? Hakim.
Hakimi.
Yes.
See.
Yes.
The one who wife ain't get his money because
Yes.
he put it to his mother.
Hakimi.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
he's
one.
smart. But Dembele and Mbappe is from the French team. But I heard their song. They have a song called Imbattable. Fire song. I gonna play.
Yes. Let's go. That's a song. That's a song.
The French song for the World Cup, you mean?
I think so, but
Yeah.
it's like Imbattable.
Yeah, it fire.
Dembele, Mbappe.
Yeah.
That is a big tune.
Yeah.
That's also how we know the names. Oh, for true
Oh,
song of the
song of the
week.
week. But how much we
Trouble all
did?
day.
How much did we do?
At least 17.
The 17.
At least I
Y'all
feel like
have
that's
any?
beautiful.
Oh, no, not
Y'all
song of
don't
the
know any
week,
more
Kevin.
footballers?
I'm like going blank.
That's crazy. But I was thinking, like, this time coming up is like, how many footballers do I even know?
I feel like we know a good bit.
I know my face, as you say, a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But I could not. But I like that in general.
Oh, Gakpo.
So
Sorry.
18.
18. Yeah,
But yeah,
Don't
I
play
heard
with you.
the France World Cup song. I heard it, and everybody it went viral, even on TikTok.
Cut is so
The
fire.
Dutch one also a little good. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't heard a Dutch one.
It's also
That
kind of
rough.
it's giving like Flana vibes. So it's like
Oh.
Don't play with us.
yeah.
Okay, I wanna
ain't
check that
gonna
out.
lie. Yeah.
I had like that game
You
though.
guys heard the new song from Curaçao?
Yeah.
The one, yeah,
the
my
guy
grandmother
that
was playing it
It's
a
nice
lot.
one too.
Yeah, it's decent.
When this come out, a couple days later, Curaçao gonna play. So
Yeah,
wishing
make
y'all
sure
the
you
best.
watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't sponsor us and we ain't going, but we gonna
No,
be
but I mean, like,
watching
I
it
feel
match,
like
though.
one of our islands.
I
You know,
feel
I
so
feel like,
proud.
yeah.
It's so proud. You know, coming from the small islands, you don't really realize you're a part of the world.
The-
But then, I don't know, you don't realize that you can be in these type of places.
Okay,
And look at Curaçao. You know?
that itself, needs to be cut.
Oh my God.
But it's facts though. It's facts, and I love that.
Because we never in these places.
No, it's
and then look at
true.
Corso.
We in
Yeah.
the
Don't
World
play with
Cup.
us.
World Cup.
We in the
You're
World
right.
Cup.
We was on the Super Bowl world stage.
Facts.
And now we in the same country in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful.
80s.
But yeah, no, I think even when they say, okay, cool, it's Curaçao, it's still us. That's where it's like, are you Dutch
Exactly.
because of your passport? No, but we Curaçao because they're in the World Cup right now.
Yes.
No, but it's
Dutch when they playing a sport on the world stage.
yeah,
So you know what
it's
I'm
facts.
everybody.
It's facts.
There's-
They choose when to claim you.
Barely any Dutch people in the team.
But barely any Dutch people in the Dutch team.
That's what I say.
Oh, yeah.
I say barely Dutch people in the team.
But no, it does feel amazing. I think for the Caribbean, I feel like we've had a lot of wins this year just from
Yeah.
a place of feeling seen and feeling represented
Yeah.
and just feeling visible. Because even as Saba, like we say for the soccer game we playing on Saturday, we just want to be seen. But this goes on a bigger scale. Because
Yes.
it's like we on the world stage.
World,
I ain't gonna lie, a bit annoyed they put us up against Germany first, but I was
That
okay.
is
We're gonna
wild.
show them that, yeah, put us up against Germany
Exactly.
The
first.
schnitzel.
We
And no
not
matter what-
schnitzel.
No matter
Yeah.
what, we celebrate. No matter what, we celebrate.
We celebrated.
100%,
I can't wait.
100%.
Anyways.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
yeah. We didn't do song of the week and rest. We can end it off with a song of the week. You know mine's.
100%. What
You
is
know,
this?
Hey,
What is
size
on
on your
your
backside.
Hey, I want to
Oh,
die.
that is song of the summer for me.
Yeah, that's a big tune.
I want to die here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like spend that shit. Spend that shit.
Oh, I like that song.
Spend that
I like.
That's a nice one.
I go spend my time listening to that shit because I don't know that shit.
Girl, it is amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna
In
check
the morning, you wake up in the morning, put it on.
Spend that shit.
Spend that shit.
Yes.
Young
Huh?
Miami.
By Young Man, yeah.
Is it the
Miami,
one
or
where
something.
who says coconut water?
Oh, no. That's just a girl on TikTok, though.
I thought I was like Doja Cat. I looking for my song, but I know my song, but I looking for the
That
singer.
viral video of Doja Cat with a little Kim thing. You ain't see that? This, you ain't looking this. Your Doja Cat is hilarious.
She is though.
But she just there like, but she going lower. Yo, but she
I know
doing
the
it
sound.
awkward. She
Yeah.
doing it something awkward, but it's hilarious.
Mine is Trouble. Everybody know I've been rinsing that song. I've been sending it to y'all. I've sent it to everybody and their mother and their sister and their father.
Boxy Rob.
But see, bro, you're too sweet. That song. I go, you know the song?
know.
Wow, she hate men, but the men love she. It's guys. I've never rinsed a song for this length of time. Cause you know, like you rinse it and it done rinse out. So
Yeah.
it's like cool, I done. She's still getting rinsed. Some are gonna be done.
And I'm
Trouble.
still rinse.
Yes, so that is my
Okay, I
song
gotcha.
of the week. And big up whoever else, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, who jumped on the same beat, Weatherman, and you shouting out NL because that was big. The man just speak about NL, and I think to hear that from, I think he also Bayesian. That was just nice. I don't
I
know.
want to believe he's watched the pod.
Well, you should watch the pod now and pull up. You saying about
yes,
NL, come sit
the
in
weather.
NL on a walkout.
But that was it, guys.
Yes, how was that?
It was good, man.
Wait, this is your first podcast?
Yes, and never in my life.
She was on NOS though. She was on
was.
big TV.
All over NL.
And then
Oma had that on replay.
The funny thing is, they tell me, yeah, because I was scared. I said, no, on the social media. They told me, no, it's going to be on the TV and the radio. I said, okay, only old people going to see it. I ain't too scared.
Everybody
When
see
I
that.
see on my Instagram or TikTok, I said, oh, God.
Yeah.
now they going to see me in the streets.
But
They going to know my face.
that's how I see it can pop up. I was like, that ain't Jade? I was like, that's Jade. And then I just sit and watch it.
My gosh.
That's crazy.
One more question.
Oh,
what's the
okay.
question?
What's the question?
Okay, so I don't know if y'all could hear me, but I'm talking to
You could come to the mic there, sir.
Hey.
Okay, so I got a question. So everybody know we got 3 tall queens on the culture. However, we know 2 of the tall queens ain't one, nothing to do with no Shark King.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm curious if
Jade?
your tall queen, like, what's her opinion on having a Shark King? And like,
Cameron is Kimmy.
Oh. So, yeah, I like tall men also. Sorry. You know, it depends how short, you know? Like, if I can still, we seeing each other, then it's okay. But if I have to look down, it's like you my child.
I hear it.
Oh Lord, I feel so bad for the short kings, man.
Short kings, we still
No,
love
but
you.
you know what's funny?
No, but short kings love a tall woman.
Dabble in the short kings because
Yeah.
they love tall women. The
They
tall
do.
kings, they ain't checking for us.
Nah, I
They
mean,
ain't checking.
I've been hearing a lot more that men really love tall women. I don't know if
100%.
that's just recent. But it's like they really do. I just think the ones that shorter than you have the insecurity that she too. So I get
no,
you.
but a lot of short kings also love a
No,
tall
no,
woman.
but I think some men
Oh.
have that insecurity. It's like they don't want their women to be taller than them as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, and those are the ones that, and I think that's also, like literally today before I come here,
What
I have
happened?
this girl. She was in love with this boy in the class from like first form.
Yeah.
And she used to be obsessed with him. She would like go under the table. Like she was crazy. I think I talk about her in an episode.
Yeah.
She would go under the table because she's freaking out. You know, I guess it was puberty and just like for the first time a young woman dealing with those feelings. She
Yeah.
had really loved this man. And then that was first form.
Yeah.
And she would come vent about him and be like, girl, I don't think he like you. I think you need to move on.
Yeah.
Last year, but she like almost my height. And he
Yeah.
was like,
Man.
I was gonna say it. At that time, and then last year he shoot up, you know, because puberty.
Yeah.
And last year she was my mentor student, and then she was still talking about him. I was like, oh, you ain't let her go yet.
Yeah.
And then now it's third form, and they're together, guys.
That's
So
a
today in the
beautiful story.
canteen, they was there cuddling because they're whole like couple that they go by each other's house. Their families know each other, everything.
Oh, it's
See how much
real,
progress we reached in 2-3 years.
Wow.
But his friends was like literally they're laughing like, oh, she taller than him. I was like, she not taller than him anymore because he shoot up. I was like, what's the problem if she was taller than
That
him?
part.
But it shows you that even from that age, like boys have this,
Yeah.
or just in general, we have this thing of like,
I
a
do
girl
think it's-
taller than a
yeah.
man is not.
But I think it's much more societal than what we actually
Yeah.
want. Because I remember we had a conversation, and I'll be honest, for me, even if he's my height or whatever, like I am okay with that.
Yeah.
Because it is a case of like, I don't know, where did we get this whole idea of like the man needs to be taller, and that also really just comes from the man needs to be
Protector.
he needs to be leader, he needs to be this, he needs to be that. But you can still protect me if you're short. Like short
Short
people
but
be doing
mighty.
shit. What? But that's the
Small,
thing.
but they tell her what?
Thank you.
Mhm.
But that's the thing where it's like I don't feel like it's our choice.
But I think you don't think it's biologically ingrained in us now, though. To a certain
Yeah.
level. 'Cause I did see this thing. I think we talk about it more like on a time where it's like, as women, sometimes we also just attracted to a certain build,
Yeah, they
and
say
that's just a
the
biological thing.
they say that the breadth
The width,
of a man's shoulder
yeah.
could actually influence heavily the attraction of a woman to him.
I saw
So
that.
the broader the shoulders, the more attracted we are.
Yeah.
Look, a bunch of men going to be doing shoulder press.
You sure?
But
I mean,
like-
if you,
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
But
it is true.
Forget like they.
But it's also evolutionary psychology, where it's like these are certain things that you look for based off of attraction, but you also know could survive more than the other. Not coming for the smart shoulders, but it's like height and
He
like
can hold it on his shoulder.
no, but like height and width and all of those things. Subconsciously, we also look at it from survival because it's like we continue that gene of something that is more favorable in
And I think that's the real reason behind it.
yeah.
Because I
it's-
think
it's
if I could
ingrained.
take that out of my brain, it wouldn't matter.
I hear it.
But I can't.
No.
So it's like, yeah.
But we still love you, short kings.
we do.
But we also love you, talking.
Yes.
So yeah.
What is this?
What is the
It's time
size
to
of
go,
your
guys.
backside?
It's time to go.
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in. This was an amazing episode. Thank you for just chopping it up with us on the couch.
Yes.
I am so happy you came on here, and I'm really happy that you're going to start a whole new chapter in your life. And we're excited to hear about the hydro farms and
I honestly wish you the best. Honestly, I love when people go back home.
Yeah.
Like one day
you can
that's
see
going
it
to be me.
sneak in your suitcase.
Anytime you guys want to come,
Yes.
November Rum and Lobster Fest is the best time.
It is
Save a
though.
day,
It
vibes.
is. Yeah,
So
government.
everybody
Bring us.
pop up.
Yeah, and guys, make sure you don't forget, if you didn't subscribe and we was quiet and giving you the chance to, please do it now. And thank you for tuning in again. We appreciate y'all, and we will catch you bi-weekly on Tuesday.
Bye.